My name is Robin Lindsay, and I live at 1420 Smithfield Drive in Prairie, Wisconsin. And my husband and I, Scott, and I moved here 3 years ago from California. And we weren't quite sure about moving to the Midwest. We'd never lived here before. And so we decided that we would start by finding a condo that we could live with and kind of scope out the territory and figure out if we wanted to build a house or if we wanted to stay in condo living. And once we found this location, Smith Crossing, we knew this is where we wanted to set down our roots to start with because of its convenience. Quite frankly, when my husband got a job out here, the first thing I did was I opened up a map and I pulled up where my husband was working, and one of the communities very close by was Prairie, and I thought, oh, that sounds warm. And then I pulled up further and I saw that directly across the 151 freeway from Smith Crossing was Target, Starbucks, Costco, Cabela's, all of the places that I was familiar with, and I thought this is a good place to set down. And so Smith Crossing is directly in between the old town atmosphere where all the great shops and boutiques and places to eat are, and the more industrialized area across the highway from us, to where we can zip over the freeway bridge and go see a movie every Friday night. So it's the best place that we could think of to start living here in the Midwest. Well, we decided to actually build our own condo from the ground up. One of the bargains my husband made me was that I was going to be able to find something that felt like home. And coming from the West Coast, I really wasn't seeing a lot in the condos that we were touring. And so when we found out that there was a new condo complex being built and that we'd have the opportunity to select the finishes and the upgrades, we jumped on that. And so we oversaw the construction of this end unit. That was important to my husband because he wanted the feeling of space and the light. And this particular construction project was underway. And so we ended up building a home that felt like home to us, a little bit more contemporary, a little bit more West Coast, honestly, than we could find here. And so we were really happy with the builder and all of the craftsmen that worked on this house, that did all of the unique kinds of upgrades and finishes that we were looking for. So one of the things that we were very interested in was not feeling claustrophobic, and this is a very open floor plan, which is something that we really wanted to have. In addition, we wanted to be very functional. We're grandparents. We knew that we would be having visitors, but I also run a business out of this home, and so it was important to have a great office space that was very professional, and it was also important to have a very functional house. And so for that reason, we had our entry closet customized into basically a welcome area so that people could sit down and take off their snow boots and hang their umbrellas and their coats and whatnot, rather than having a perfunctory closet. We also put in custom shelving in the living room, and we made sure that the kitchen was light and bright because, again, it's more compact than we're used to in a regular size home. We wanted to at least have the feel that there was a lot of space. All of the lighting fixtures are very kind of edgy. We have the beaded glass, and we have some very unique fan and lighting selections that we chose. And then we also wanted a room that could double as a guest room. And so my husband's office has not only custom cabinetry for his office, but also has the capability of being converted into a bedroom. In fact, we have a Murphy bed in there that matches all of the cabinetry, so that could potentially come with the house if that's something that a buyer would be interested in. But it also has a space where the desk is, and the desk can be removed, and you can place a headboard and bed there, so it can function very well as either. So the finishes were very important to us. We did a lot of tile work on the floors in the bathrooms, and the sinks are called half pipes even, surfing reference to the shape of the sinks that make them very easy to clean and very contemporary looking. So this condo is a part of a 21-unit condo association. There are 5 buildings, and I have been blessed with lots and lots of friends within this group. We have a great association. We developed a quarterly newsletter for just these 21 condos. So we've become familiar with each other and with our families, even with our pets. We're a very diverse group. There are young couples, there are single people, there are retirees, there are family units. It runs the entire gamut. The neat thing is that these units are shaped in a U shape, and in the back of our properties is a stock tank that we are currently getting bids on landscaping around it. And there's a big grass area as well that many of the people in the association are looking towards potentially putting a pergola and a permanent barbecue out there, because we are so friendly among the 21 units. We, during this time of COVID, have taken to every other weekend pulling our barbecues out on our driveways and our lawn chairs, and we yell and shout and socialize that way, besides the newsletter that keeps us connected as well. So it's a great group of people. I will sorely miss the people that I've come to know. So as I mentioned, we have a very diverse group in this condo association. It's called Prairie Meadows. And so we have friends that are into wine, and so they had a little meet and greet at their condo one time and invited the group. We've also have young people in the condo complex, and they have been doing chalk drawings on driveways. They've taken requests and provided personalized artistry on people's driveways and walkways for them, which is really cool. And then we also have, as I mentioned, lots of different pets, and so there's a kind of a network of pet owners where we'll feed and take care of other people's pets to make sure that they're taken care of and they stay in their homes. So just lots of great memories here. Scott and I, since we are West Coasters and most of our family live elsewhere, we've become kind of adopted by our neighbors as well. But one of the traditions that we started in the 3 years that we've been here is that on New Year's we always take either sparkling cider or mimosas to our neighbors and greet them and wish them Happy New Year's and share a drink on their doorstep. So, like I said, anybody who moves into this condo is going to be welcome and loved. So the hardest thing about living here is leaving this place. Helped us design it, put all of the professionals together, and now is sadly having to help us sell it. So TJ Vitens, he's awesome. So as I had mentioned earlier in this film footage, my husband and I had every intention of staying in this condo for, top 2 years, and then we would probably build a home somewhere. But quite frankly, what we came to realize is that this condo is every bit as spacious as some of the homes we've owned in California. If you haven't taken a tour yet, do. We have everything that we need here. We have plenty of space. As far as storage in the garage, we have our kayak hanging in there, a paddle board. My husband is an avid motorcyclist. We have his motorcycle and his trailer that pulls behind that, and we still have room for at least one car with all of that. When the motorcycle isn't in the garage, we can fit his full-size pickup and our Ford Escape in the garage, so there's plenty of room in the garage. There's also what we call Scott's Man Cave, which is a part of the basement that was not built out. And my husband has lovingly turned it into his workout room / workshop. So there is built-in shelving in there. The workbench that he purchased can stay with the property if someone is interested in purchasing it. We don't relish the idea of pulling it out of there and pulling it upstairs. But there is room for everything in our lives, and we have very busy and active lives, so there is plenty of space. And my husband, I had to convince, quite frankly, to live in a condo. more than once a month will come home from a hard day's work and say, I really like this place. We really feel comfortable here. Plenty of room, and it's just our style. And so you'll notice that the floors and everything are just functional. It's not glitzy, it's not glamorous, but it's comfortable and it's contemporary and it's welcoming. So I hope that anybody who is considering this property feels just as at home as we do, and falls in love with the neighborhood as we have, and falls in love with the convenience of the area as we have, because it really checked all the boxes for us as far as some place to live. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your interest in this property, and I hope that if you determine that this checks all of your boxes, that you feel as welcome and loved here in this location as we have.